Okay, so before going into this video, I think there should be some clarifications that needed to be established. For those who clicked on this video and have no idea what I'm talking about, this is Civello's FNAF BJE timeline. Civello's, for those who are unaware, is a popular FNAF B fan game developer in GameJolt, as well as the FNAF B community. He is known for making multiple memorable FNAF B fan games in the golden age of FNAF B, being around 2016. In fact, he actually collaborated with the official FNAF B developers to work on a FNAF B game as well. But there was only a demo, it was never finished. His games have also been considered canon at some point to the original canon FNAF B trilogy, but later on that was changed, as they are no longer canon anymore. By these days, it's considered soft canon, something that could actually be a part of the official continuity, but is actually not, but being close to the real deal. What you're about to watch is a voiceover reading a timeline document made by Civello's himself that establishes the full story and events of his games, being called the FNAF BJE timeline. JE standing for Golden Edition, his first FNAF B fan game. So without further away, and everything being cleared out, sit back, relax, and inhale some dong. Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie emerged from a glitch in space-time, but lie dormant for a very long time. Then they both wake up. Shadow Freddy's crash abilities begin wreaking havoc, drawing the attention of Cranky Kong, but cannot approach due to the extremely warped space-time affected by Shadow Freddy's crashing. Cranky Kong hires two warriors to attempt to kill Shadow Freddy, the Springtrap plush and the Golden Freddy plush. After a long intense battle, Shadow Freddy is slain by the two warriors. Upon death, Shadow Freddy splits into two, his soul and his corpse. The two warriors receive Cranky's blessing as payment and are christened the Golden Duo. Golden Freddy, also known as Fredbear, gets accepted into college and meets his roommate Ennard. The two bond and quickly become very close friends. One night at an intense frat party, Golden Freddy meets Splash Woman and impregnates her with Vile. The two don't meet again after this. Golden Freddy graduates with a degree in children's entertainment and a minor in theoretical physics. Ennard and Golden Freddy go their separate ways. Fredbear's family diner opens. William, Purple Guy Afton, and Henry, Gold Guy Miller are employed to work at the Fredbear's family diner day shift. They quickly became friends, though Golden Guy is hesitant to call Purple Guy a friend due to his sociopathic nature. Golden Freddy and Springtrap are employed as Fredbear's family diner's mascots and star performers. Golden Freddy and Springtrap form a kinship and begin to become friends. Purple Guy discovers time travel and asks Henry to join him. Henry, being the straight man to Purple Guy, refuses, causing a fight to erupt between the two of them. Heated, Purple Guy goes on a time-traveling extravaganza and royally fucks over everything, becoming the Purple Fella. Filled with regret over letting Purple Guy go, Henry continues working at Fredbear's. Springtrap is possessed by the lingering soul of Shadow Freddy. This makes him appear soulless and amplifies his negative traits. Friction begins to appear between Golden Freddy and Springtrap. A young child has a birthday party at Fredbear's. Springtrap is currently undergoing repairs, so he is absent. The child eats too much cake and goes crazy during his sugar-induced high. He winds up passing out on stage next to Golden Freddy in an incriminating manner. Golden Freddy says "Yiff" in front of the customers, drawing public ire. The Fredbear's management says that if Golden Freddy or Springtrap are on thin ice, and if they leave the show stage after hours, they'll be dismantled for parts, which kinda doesn't make sense because it's like a violation of civil law. rights because these guys went to college. I mean, technically actual real beings, so you could probably get sued for that, but then again, it could be interpreted as just Fazbear Entertainment being corrupt in this timeline too. Once again, I'd like to say that none of this is canon to FNAF B. I'm not even sure if any of this makes sense, honestly. You have like FNAF based shit in this, so yeah. Springtrap grows bored of his job and begins to formulate a plan to throw a wild night of debauchery. A customer insults Springtrap's bow tie. Golden Edition's Night 3 begins. Springtrap disobeys the management and attempts to enter the office, to no avail. Golden Freddy, filled with concern for his co-worker, finds Springtrap and attempts to bring him back to the show stage. Springtrap convinces Golden Freddy to help him set up his night of debauchery. Golden Freddy and Springtrap destroy the cameras, allowing Springtrap to slip into the office and destroy it out of spite for his bow tie. Golden Freddy and Springtrap return to the show stage, where Springtrap begins to reveal his plan to Golden Freddy. During the night, Shadow Bunny appears before Golden Freddy. Shadow Bunny says that Golden Freddy is destined for greatness, but is lacking the proper abilities. Shadow Bunny then grants Golden Freddy his yiffing abilities, the power to phase through walls, and the ability to make his voice really fucking loud. At some point before night 4, 4 children break into Fredbear's on a dare. They encounter the Purple Fella and engage in a rap battle with him. The Purple Fella wins so goddamn hard that the children's spirits are physically removed from their bodies, causing the creation of the Phantom Children. Golden Edition's Night 4 begins. Springtrap wakes up and leaves the show stage again to prepare for his night of debauchery, but is interrupted by the Phantom Children. Golden Freddy gives chase, annoyed at Springtrap's constant rule breaking. Springtrap informs Golden Freddy of the ghost problem, and the two team up to exorcise the Phantom Children from the restaurant. After exorcising the children, Springtrap and Golden Freddy return to the show stage for the night. Springtrap reveals his plan to throw a night of debauchery to Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy asks if he's invited and is rudely snubbed by Springtrap. The next day, Springtrap drugs Golden Freddy, causing him to pass out. Golden Freddy is stored in the office hallway while Springtrap prepares to throw his night of debauchery. Gold Guy, due to good behavior and being an excellent employee, rises through the ranks and eventually becomes the owner of Freddy Fuckboys Entertainment. Just a little plot hole in there. If parents are concerned that there's a restaurant where Yellow Bear says "Yif," I'm pretty sure you'd expect something like that when you enter a place called Freddy Fuckboys Pizza. It literally has a swear word on it. Come on! Golden Edition's Night 5 begins. Golden Freddy wakes up at 3 a.m. and realizes that Springtrap is throwing his night of debauchery without him and vows to yiff his dick in revenge. Golden Freddy confronts Springtrap and the two engage in a duel. Springtrap wins and intercepts the mail. Golden Freddy and Springtrap are fired. Golden Freddy vows to someday take revenge on Springtrap. Springtrap continues his night of debauchery and leaves the diner, going to find some lunch, and storing some deli meats in his suit for safekeeping. That actually explains why he has meat in him, since he technically doesn't have someone inside of him, so it makes sense. I guess it's one way to explain the stuff with the goopy stuff inside of him. Springtrap finds the withered animatronics diner and breaks in. Springtrap causes trouble and eventually gets himself locked in the safe room. In another timeline, the Purple Fella decides to make some changes to Golden Edition 1 and replaces Golden Freddy and Springtrap with a very confused BB. BB beats up the narrator and claims the status for himself. granting him ultimate power. BB begins experimenting with his new powers, causing chaos and space-time to strain. The puppet notices this, and is concerned that BB will bring about the end of the world. The puppet vows to go on an excellent expedition and stop BB from being a little shit. The puppet travels through time to gather alternate versions of himself to stop Balloon Boy. The four puppets seek out Golden Freddy, who uses his spooky ghost powers to transport them through time and space to BB. The puppet and BB engage in a climactic duel throughout time and space. BB's immense power begins to destabilize, and he collapses into a black hole, sucking himself and the puppet into the void, the space outside of reality. BB and the puppet engage in one final duel to decide who gets to leave with their life. The puppet wins and leaves the void as BB falls into the void. Balloon Boy dies over and over for all eternity, and eventually stops thinking altogether. Gold Guy begins tampering with time travel and looks into the future. Using his new knowledge of the timeline, Gold Guy buys out a competing pizzeria franchise, Fazbear Entertainment, and condemns Fredbear's Family Diner. He begins constructing a decades-long plot to psychologically confine the Purple Fella in the Golden Edition timeline, knowing that he can't help but return to mess with Golden Freddy and Springtrap for shits and giggles. His first act is to provide a haven for Fredbear, now christened Golden Freddy, to recover from his battle damages and rise again to provide bait for the Purple Fella. Golden Freddy's battle damage makes him appear withered, making him Withered Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy's rage towards Springtrap consumes him, transforming him into a being who only knows how to yiff dicks. Golden Freddy haunts the FNAF B2 location, occasionally yiffing Toy Freddy and the gang's dicks. At some point after Toy Freddy sends a vial into the distant past, Springtrap travels through time and arrives at the FNAF B2 location. Springtrap and BB begin to bond, with the young BB beginning to see Springtrap as a father figure. BB's training is completed and he becomes the insufferable shit we know him as today. Springtrap leaves for parts unknown, wandering the lands until the events of FNAF B3. The events of FNAF B2 occur, and then the safe import scenario begins. In Vaporland, Freddy confronts the crazed Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy attempts to yiff Freddy, but is thwarted by Michael Jackson's hat. The Refurbs beat Golden Freddy and get good. The fight manages to snap some sense into Golden Freddy, returning him to normal, albeit still revenge crazed and angry, but sane. The rest of the save import scenario occurs. Golden Freddy lends his powers to the Refurbs in their fight against BB. Gold Guy restores the FNAF B1 location, previously the Withered's location, and hires new animatronics, the Refurbs, to perform in the restaurant. Golden Freddy leaves for the FNAF B1 location and gets himself repaired with a new costume. During the events of FNAF B1, BB vents his rage towards Freddy by beating up the wall of the bathrooms. BB discovers that the wall is hollow and breaks through it into the hidden safe room, discovering the rotting Springtrap. BB is astonished and calls Springtrap Dad. BB and Springtrap join forces and formulate the plan to complete a staple time loop surrounding BB's origins. I don't think this follows how FNAF B3 went exactly, to be honest. I don't know. And again, BB and Springtrap also create the plan that would cause the events of FNAF B3. Taking BB's DeLorean, Springtrap travels back to the past to complete his mission. See FNAF B2 for more details. The events of FNAF B1 take place. Golden Freddy, still angry at Springtrap's betrayal, is insulted that the Refurbs didn't invite him to their night of debauchery. The Refurbs fight and defeat Golden Freddy. You know the rest. Gold Guy is forced to close Fazbear Entertainment after the Refurbs wreck the location due to excess debauchery. Gold Guy opens up a museum for Fazbear Entertainment in the hopes that it would be enough to continue his plots. Springtrap and BB, now a phantom after the events of the Save Import scenario, meet up and begin their plan. Springtrap hijacks FNAF B3 from Phantom Freddy. The events of FNAF B3 Acts 1 and 2 occur. Springtrap and Golden Freddy duel in crumbling Fazbear's fright, with Golden Freddy perishing in the flames and Springtrap being placed in hell by Cranky Kong. Damn, this is kinda hardcore. The events of FNAF B3 Act 3 occur, with Freddy sacrificing himself to stop BB once and for all, and with the Refurb's memories being erased by Namoon? I don't know. Gold Guy and Fazbear's Fright decide to try again, and gathers all they can from the ruins of the old attraction. Using what they have, they build 6 animatronics with the sole intent of making a horror attraction, creating Nightmare Fredbear, Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Nightmare Foxy, and Plushtrap. Nightmare Fredbear is built out of the remains of Golden Freddy, and Plushtrap is built from the remains of Springtrap. The others are simply made from props found in the location. Sometime afterwards, Gold Guy dies of old age. Damn. Using the powers he amassed from time travel, he is able to manifest himself as a spirit in Atari Land. Nightmare Fredbear has a bad case of amnesia, unable to clearly remember his past life as Golden Freddy. Before the new attraction can open, however, the 6 nightmares escape and integrate themselves into society. Shadow Freddy's corpse reincarnates itself, existing as a formless entity of shadow. Plushtrap buys a house, and Nightmare Freddy lands a job in babysitting the 3 mini Freddys. Meanwhile, the other 4 nightmares just kind of tag along. The 6 nightmares live together in Plushtrap's house. The reincarnated Shadow Freddy observes the nightmares, and is particularly impressed by Nightmare Fredbear, and decides to shape itself after him. Nightmare is born, and begins living under a table in Plushtrap's house. Nightmare grows envious of Nightmare Fredbear's taste in hats, and formulates a plan to steal the hat for himself. Nightmare sets up an invisible barrier that is powered by 5 dream pillars. Nightmare, being naturally in tune with the void, comes across narrator BB's corpse from the PMEE timeline. Nightmare resurrects narrator BB into Nightmare BB and hires him to guard the final dream pillar. Nightmare BB decides to find some backup. Nightmare BB attempts to resurrect the puppet, but botches the ritual, causing the puppet to come back as the Nightmarion. Nightmare BB blackmails Mangle into joining his side and transforms her into Nightmare Mangle. Nightmare BB uses the Jack-o'-lantern to summon Jack-o'-Bunny, Halloween, from the Nightmare Realm. The Nightmares throw a wicked house party, much to Plushtrap's ire.
Who is going to fucking clean this mess up?
Nightmare puts his plan into action, disrupting the party and successfully stealing Nightmare Fredbear's purple hat. The other Nightmare animatronics, Sans Plushtrap, flee? Sans? Plushtrap flee? What? Nightmare locks himself in a closet. What the fuck am I saying? Closet. And activates his barrier, becoming effectively invincible. Nightmare Fredbear begins his journey to recover his precious purple hat. Over the course of his journey, Nightmare Fredbear comes across artifacts from his past, which help jog his memory of his past life and open portals to Atari Land. The memory phantoms, byproducts of Nemin's memory erasure, appear in Atari Land. Nightmare Fredbear is guided by the Fredbear doll, the remnants of Gold Guy's ghost. Nightmare Fredbear defeats the memory phantoms and restores their respective animatronics' memories to the Nightmare animatronics. Nightmare Fredbear recruits the 4 Nightmare animatronics. Plushtrap, angry at the mess the party made, attacks Nightmare Fredbear out of frustration and is defeated. Nightmare Fredbear comes across the withered ruins of Fredbear's family diner. While mulling over his nostalgia for this place, he finds Halloweenies chatting, who then notice Nightmare Fredbear and flee deeper into the ruins of the restaurant. Angry at the fact that some random assholes would intrude upon his old home, Nightmare Fredbear vows to kick their ass. Nightmare BB is defeated by Nightmare Fredbear. Nightmare BB decides that world domination isn't worth having his ass kicked over and over again, and decides to return to his roots as a shopkeeper. Nightmare Fredbear successfully dismantles Nightmare's dream pillars and confronts him. Nightmare is defeated and retreats into the void to recover. The Nightmares throw a house party in celebration. Gold Guy fully ascends and passes on to orchestrate more events that would keep the Purple Fella confined to the Golden Edition timeline for eternity. Nightmare Fredbear decides to leave the other nightmares and goes on a journey to fully recover his memories. Nightmare Freddy continues his babysitting job and eventually becomes so goddamn good at it that he single-handedly dominates the entire babysitting industry, becoming rich as fuck. Nightmare Bonnie shares his endless euphoria with others, eventually becoming revered and ascending to become the world's messiah. Nightmare Chica founds a chain of restaurants called Devour My Hot Bird Pizza. Nightmare Foxy jerks off in Plushtrap's closet so goddamn hard that his body literally falls apart, leaving him as a disembodied head. Plushtrap, venting his frustration towards the nightmares for trashing his house, keeps Nightmare Foxy alive without a body out of spite. Meanwhile, Nightmare is studying the timelines to figure out why he lost. During this, he discovers that in order to access his full power as the reincarnated Shadow Freddy, he needs to find his soul, which is currently inside Springtrap. Nightmare comes up with a plan to bring Springtrap to him and orchestrates a series of future events. Nightmare Fredbear eventually meets up with Ennard, and the two catch up. Ennard helps Nightmare Fredbear recover his old memories, and the two begin working on a way to revert Fredbear back to his old self. Using their knowledge of science, remember Fredbear had a minor in theoretical physics, the two invent the Denightmarifier. BB decides to take up vlogging, to little success. Confident in their abilities, Golden Freddy and Ennard found the Pizza Realm, a beacon of progress, knowledge, and debauchery. Golden Freddy and Ennard begin Project Circus, an experiment with the goal of creating an interdimensional gateway. The Funtime Gang is hired to help the Project Circus, two trial models of the Circus Gateway, but both fail and are repurposed into show stages in Bellora Gallery and Funtime Auditorium. The third and final model of Project Circus is completed in Circus Gallery. Golden Freddy is confident it will work, but Ennard has his doubts. Prior to testing, Nightmare covertly sabotages the gateway. The test of Project Circus begins, and the gateway catastrophically fails, causing the portal to collapse. Golden Freddy is sucked into the malfunctioning portal. The portal collapses, releasing a blast wave that mortally wounds Ennard, destroying his animatronic costume except for his mask. Basically, he got naked. The Funtime gang discovers Ennard's dying body and are forced to perform a very impromptu surgery to try and save Ennard's life. Due to lack of parts, the Funtime gang uses parts of their own bodies to try and fill in missing parts of Ennard's body. Ennard, though crippled and barely alive, survives because of the Funtime gang transplanting parts of themselves into Ennard. Parts of their personality interfere with Ennard's now and again, causing violent mood swings and other mental problems. Funtime Freddy gave up his confidence, and Puppet Bonnie gave up his empathy. Funtime Foxy gave up her etiquette. Ballora gave up her social skills, and the Bidybab hive mind gave up their trust in others. Ennard becomes obsessed with trying to locate Golden Freddy from wherever the Circus Gateway sent him. Ennard discovers that Golden Freddy is trapped somewhere in the void, but is unable to bring him back. Ennard eventually gives up trying to find Golden Freddy, and settles for making a copy of Golden Freddy, which results in Yendo. Yendo is not sentient, and Ennard is displeased at the lack of that spark of life in Yendo. Not having the heart to dismantle him, Ennard sets Yendo free. Ennard eventually gives up entirely on trying to bring back Golden Freddy. Meanwhile, the Funtime gang's mental states begin to deteriorate due to lacking parts of their personalities, causing them to become exaggerated versions of themselves. Funtime Freddy flips between incredibly timid and passive at the drop of a hat, and Puppet Bunny becomes an even worse person and abusive towards Funtime Freddy. Funtime Foxy doesn't know when to not bring up her sexual interests and creeps everybody the fuck out. Ballora becomes incredibly antisocial and rarely talks to anybody except her main arenas, and the Bidybabs become increasingly hostile and erratic. Meanwhile, in the Click Team universe, Scott, Anim Dude Cawthon, grows irritated at FNAF-B's presence in his series, which honestly is very inaccurate because Scott stated multiple times that he actually loves FNAF-B, and is a fan of the series. So, Anim Dude begins work on Baby, an automaton with the sole purpose of getting rid of FNAF-B. Oh shit. Baby interprets her mission literally and enters the FNAF-B universe, beginning her reign of terror. Baby destroys 90% of the FNAF-B universe in 2 days, killing all in her path with her Cosmic Cataclysm, a super weapon that is capable of permanently destroying even the fabric of space-time. Anim Dude, horrified at Baby's actions, has a change of heart and contacts Ennard. Ennard and Anim Dude formulate a plan to stop Baby once and for all. Ennard and the Funtime gang begin to work to set up the plan. The events of Five Nights at Fuckboy's sister location special demo version occur. Anim Dude sends characters from his past games, namely Byron of the Desolate Hope, to help out. Nightmare begins stocking up on items at a local Kmart to prepare for his dramatic entrance. BB vlogs the apocalypse in the FNAF-B 2 location, but is found by Baby and killed. Taco Tuesday begins at the Pizzarelle. Baby makes her way to the Pizzarelle. Ennard springs his trap, get it? Stealing Baby's EXP and reducing her to level 1. Why not try to kill her? That is never explained. Half of the crew is stupid. Lacking the power to activate her Cosmic Cataclysm, Baby locates a powerful energy source deep below the Pizzarelle in the core laboratory, a facility used by Ennard. With the help of Hand Unit, Baby begins her quest to reach the core laboratory. Baby confronts the Bidybabs, who completely forgot about Baby. In a picnic, Bidybab asks to join Baby, who humors the hive mind and lets them help out. Funtime Freddy and Hand Puppet Bonnie confront Baby in the breaker room. From here on out, things will get really complicated because the story splits into different timelines. Funtime Freddy and Hand Puppet Bonnie are killed by Baby. Funtime Foxy and Ballora are also killed by Baby. Baby makes her way down to the core laboratory but is confronted by Ennard. Ennard is killed by Baby. Baby makes her way to the depths of the core, where the generator lies in wait. Baby casually kills the Bidybab hive mind. Anim Dude confronts Baby in the core. Baby kills Anim Dude. Baby drains the power of the generator for her cosmic cataclysm. Baby destroys the FNAF universe. The end. Or at least in this timeline. In another timeline, things end up differently than before. Funtime Freddy and Hand Puppet Bonnie manage to fend off Baby. While fleeing, Baby discards Hand Unit. Hand Unit, angry over being betrayed by Baby, defects and helps out the Funtime gang. Baby traps Ennard, Funtime Foxy, and Ballora in Gay Baby jail. Baby begins chasing Funtime Freddy and Hand Puppet Bonnie all over the pizza realm. Ennard is freed from Gay Baby jail by Funtime Freddy and Hand Puppet Bonnie. Because of Baby prowling around the pizza realm, Ennard decides to set up a makeshift base of operations in a local Kmart, the Shopkeep. Toy Freddy is indifferent. Funtime Foxy and Ballora are freed from Gay Baby jail. Baby ambushes the Funtime gang in the control module. Baby is once again defeated and flees into the core laboratory. The Funtime gang gives chase but is ambushed by the Bidybabs in the core's lobby. The Bidybabs are defeated and return to the Funtime gang's side in return for extra tacos. The Funtime gang chases Baby deeper into the core and confronts her as she is draining the power from the generator. The Funtime gang takes turns fighting Baby to keep her distracted while the others work on repairing the generator and making sure Baby doesn't drain any more power. Funtime Freddy and Hand Puppet Bonnie land the final blow. Baby is slain. The pizza realm is repaired and work begins on repairing the damages caused by Baby. Filled with a new sense of courage, Ennard restarts work on trying to bring Golden Freddy back from the void. The circus gateway is repaired and made operational, and plans are made to venture into the void. Ennard is aware that at this point, Golden Freddy could have left the void a long time ago, and is purposely staying there for some reason, and his words alone couldn't be able to convince him to leave. Ennard knows that the only thing that could pry Golden Freddy from the void would be spied towards a certain animatronic, Springtrap. Ennard rents a time-traveling party bus. He was going to rent a DeLorean, but Hand Puppet Bonnie blew most of the funds on mobile games, and sets off with the Funtime gang to search for clues on Springtrap's whereabouts. The Funtime gang begin traveling through time in search of Springtrap, traveling to various eras. The Funtime gang accidentally travel to Golden Edition, the world, and nobody wants to be there. Ennard travels to Fazbear's Fright, where he accidentally encounters CC3 Springtrap from Complete Collection, which, for you, by the way, who do not know, the Complete Collection trilogy is not part of the original Final Mix trilogy. It's more of a reimagining of the original trilogy with its own different set of events, so it's not technically canon to the original Final Mix timeline. Not wanting to mess up the timeline, Ennard attempts to flee but winds up getting in a scuffle with Springtrap. After beating him up, he leaves and returns to the bus. The Funtime Gang's search takes them to Plushtrap, who they mistake for Springtrap. Plushtrap informs them that he knows somebody who might know where Springtrap is, but will only tell them if they deal with his bad rat infestation first. Plushtrap points the Funtime Gang to the Refurbs, who comment that the only place Springtrap could be is in hell, atoning for his sins against the world. That's kind of an overkill considering that the guy just wanted to have a night of debauchery, but sure. The Funtime Gang begins their journey to the doors to hell in Florida. Meanwhile, in hell, Springtrap grows tired of being set on fire over and over again, and makes a deal with the devil. If Springtrap can clear the trials of the 7 circles of hell, he can return to the world of the living sin-free, with nothing to lose. Springtrap accepts this offer. Springtrap clears the trials and eventually returns to the world of the living. Springtrap discovers that the doors to hell are in Florida. He's not entirely surprised. Before he can do much, however, he is confronted by the Funtime Gang, who request his help. Being the asshole he is, Springtrap refuses. They have a quick scuffle, and Springtrap is quickly convinced to help them out. The Funtime Gang and Springtrap return to the circus gateway and go through the portal into the void. After navigating through the void, the group finds Golden Freddy, who has been standing in a doorway that serves as the entrance to the FNAF universe. Anard pleads with Golden Freddy to come back with him, but Golden Freddy refuses and explains that he can't leave because Nightmare is attempting to make his dramatic entrance through that doorway. So Golden Freddy is blocking the way since the doorway is only 1 tile wide. Anard lets Springtrap try to convince Golden Freddy. The two begin arguing, and in the heat of the argument, Springtrap forcibly pries Golden Freddy from the doorway. Nightmare makes his dramatic entrance, knocking the group back and gloating that his plan went off without a hitch. Nightmare explains his origins as the reincarnation of Shadow Freddy's corpse, and that if he wanted to regain his full power, he would need his other self, his soul, which lies inside Springtrap. Nightmare makes an offer to Springtrap to rule together as the kings of reality. Springtrap, remembering how well BB's same offer went, refuses. Nightmare casts all pleasantries aside and forcibly rips Shadow Freddy's soul out of Springtrap's body and becomes whole once more, becoming merged Nightmare. Overjoyed at his success, Nightmare seeks hordes of void artifacts on the Funtime Gang, Springtrap, and Golden Freddy. One by one, the animatronics are picked off until only Springtrap and Golden Freddy remain. Springtrap and Golden Freddy, threatened with death and the destruction of reality if they fail, begrudgingly fight together, like old times. Nightmare gets impatient that they aren't dead yet, and personally wipes the floor with them. Springtrap, with his last ounce of strength, attempts to attack Nightmare, who promptly uses his newfound powers to shut the game off. Nightmare begins constructing reality in his own image, and forces the player, Springtrap, Golden Freddy, kind of fourth wall shit is this, and the unconscious Funtime Gang to watch. Nightmare constructs a shameless reskin of FNAF B1 that is all about him, and does a short playthrough of his new world until a bug occurs, crashing the game. Nightmare goes to fix the mistake, but the game crash is enough to free Springtrap and Golden Freddy, who confront Nightmare once again. Nightmare laughs at their challenge, saying that he is invincible and cannot lose. However, during their previous fight, Springtrap noticed noticed that his and Golden Freddy's attacks were doing damage, holding on that last shred of hope that Nightmare can actually be defeated. Springtrap and Golden Freddy team up once more to take down Nightmare. One by one, the Funtime animatronics join the fight. Nightmare is defeated once and for all. Springtrap and Golden Freddy decide to bury the hatchet. They don't want to be friends after all that's happened. Damn. But they decide to put the events of 13 years ago behind them. Golden Freddy invites Springtrap to stay at the pizza realm for the time being, but Springtrap refuses and decides to go on a journey of nostalgia of his own. The group leaves the void and goes their separate ways. Golden Freddy and Ennard are reunited, and the Funtime gang returns to their lives in the pizza realm. Springtrap wanders wherever the wind takes him, and winds up at the ruins of Fredbear's Diner. The end. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all of the Golden Edition timeline. Also, I kind of find it hard to break the hatchet and not be friends anymore with each other, with another person when you're literally inviting him to stay in the pizza realm. Like, do you not want to be friends anymore? Come on, make it up already. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Happy 10th anniversary, Five Nights at Fuckboys, and thanks for watching. Happy 10th anniversary.